I'm Chef Logan McCoy.
I'm Chef Felix Maeda.
Let's make it with Minors.
So we're gonna make a great winter squash bisque today using Minor's Vegan Alfredo. And I'm gonna use butternut squash, some pumpkin, shiitake and cremini mushrooms, onions, shallots, and we're gonna finish it with some toasted pepitas. It's gonna be delicious.
And my dish is gonna be a creamed grilled eggplant coddled egg with a spicy zug sauce and grilled pita. So modern Middle Eastern flavored, and we're gonna use it in a breakfast application today.
So we're gonna start off with our vegan Alfredo sauce, which simply I took it out of the freezer last night and let it slack out in the refrigerator, and it's ready to go. This is a great product that provides a speed scratch application, which will save you a lot of time in your production kitchen.
Instead of using butter or whole milk, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the vegan Alfredo sauce. We're basically just gonna kind of emulsify that right into the puree, and that's gonna be the base of the coddled egg. Having the versatility of that product to be able to be used whenever you need it is highly important. All right, so we're gonna grill the eggplant. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put them on whole, and then we're gonna char the skin. And then once it's done, we'll cut it in half, and then we'll kind of take the insides out. And then we're gonna paddle it with some of the potatoes that we're cooking right now.
Next step is we're gonna take our butternut squash. I'm gonna season it, some salt, some black pepper, pure maple syrup, some fresh thyme, about 2 tablespoons, and then some cinnamon. So it's gonna be a real nice combination and balance, and you'll get that real fall-esque feel. I'm gonna pop it right in the oven.
For us, it's nice that we could take the product out of the freezer and it's ready to go within minutes. I'm just gonna chop up the serranos. Just has to be a rough chop because we're gonna put it in the food processor. And then I have some parsley and some cilantro. So I'm just gonna give this a nice little rough chop right here.
And now I have some creminis. And I'm gonna cut them in half and then slice them so that I have smaller pieces like this, because when we go to plate, we're gonna stack them. If they're too big, then it'll just be sloppy. And we don't like sloppy. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna heat up our saute pan, just a little bit of vegetable oil. We're making this a vegan dish, so no butter.
So a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll start with the things that take the longest. So grilling off the eggplant, potatoes, and you can tell by the steam how much moisture was still in those potatoes. And we're gonna be adding the vegan Alfredo back in. So we're gonna be adding more moisture, but what we're gonna be able to do is be able to control the consistency and the texture of the puree.
All right, now I'm gonna hit them with some white wine. All right, so we're gonna dice up some onions. This is about speed scratch. Okay, so now we have our squash. Let that mix up nice with the onions. And just a few simple steps, and we're gonna have a soup. It's gonna be delicious and comforting and inclusive.
So the eggplant's starting to steam out. And then what we're gonna do with this eggplant is actually pretty simple. So we're just going to flip it right on out. And then we'll mix together the potato and eggplant mixture while also emulsifying in the Minor's Vegan Alfredo sauce.
So the last step to our soup is our Minor's Vegan Alfredo. You can see what a great consistency it is. I mean, it looks like an Alfredo sauce.
Puree looks good, sous vide's on. And then what we're gonna do is put the eggplant potato mixture at the bottom of a mason jar, crack the egg right on top of there. We'll put the lid on, and then we'll drop it in a sous vide. So I have some za'atar, a little bit of olive oil, sesame, and I'm just going to grill these off.
So for the plating now, I'm gonna transfer it into a couple of serving pitchers. We have our mushrooms, and you can see why we cut them smaller, so I'm not fighting with them to fit in the ring mold. And then we're gonna take the soup, I'm gonna go all around the mushrooms. And we're just gonna take some toasted pepitas and just drop a few over and around, and I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit of extra virgin olive oil around, and that's perfect.
All right, so now that these have been in here for about 25 minutes, I can tell by looking at it that the whites are set. I'm gonna take one out. And then to serve, basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna season with a little bit of salt and pepper. And you get your herbaceous flavors from the zug, and then finally the pita kind of brings it full circle. So that was our Minor's Vegan Alfredo coddled egg with zug and pita. Chef Felix, enjoy.
Thanks, Chef. Looks great. Enjoy.
Thanks, Chef. Appreciate it. All right, so I already love the color. I already love the caramelized mushrooms. Let's give it a taste.
Excellent. Delicious.
Really nice and balanced. I really like the texture, the crunchiness from the pumpkin seeds. I like it a lot.